So many gems. Okay, let's see. To help you further plan your builds in preparation for the launch of Path of Exile Blight, you gather a gem that at level 20 with 20% quality for all the new gem and rework gems. Fans. I wish we would see like 21s so we could see if those 21s give us the thresholds for like +1 Spectre, etc. But I'll take it. Carrion Golem. Golems deal 8% more damage for each non-golem minion. Up to 80%. 80% more damage for the summon, like the Carrion Golem, is pretty good. Damn, that's a lot of damage. Golems grant 27 to 41 additional physical damage for non-golem minions. That's before any kind of golem, like potential like buff effect. So if you're, say, Elementalist with, you know, alright, if you just have a lot of golem like buff effects from the jewel, for example, you can probably get that into a decent amount. Get that. The question is, oh wait, no, it doesn't even say nearby. Yeah. It doesn't say nearby, it just literally gives them damage. It just add if you have this on, they literally just get extra flat damage. No, you can't have only one buff is so if you have 2 of these, you don't get it twice. The fact that it just gives all of them is really good. Nice. Nice, I like this. This is good. This is very good. Well, builds that use like zombies or SRS or any other minions to mainly clear will use this. I mean, Golem Hunter will also use this, I guess, but because it looks like they're gonna do damage anyways. Because why not? Cobra Lash. Fires a poisonous projectile based on your weapon that will chain between enemies, regards dagger or claw. 50% of physical damage converted to chaos. 175.4 base. Gets a fuck ton of chaos damage. 5 chains. Has crit chance to poison. Damage of the multiple of poison from critical strikes. I wonder what the quality is. Is the quality crit chance or chance to poison? I'm pretty sure the quality is crit chance. I would assume. It makes the most sense. They wouldn't make chance to poison a quality on this. I mean, yeah, sure. I personally, when I saw the skill, it didn't look that good. I love the Venom Gyre. There's a lot of damage though. Oh, it's also 1.2 base attack speed, so that's decent. Speed multiplier as well. Gyre looks so good for clearing. But I mean, you could just use Stormblast and use Herald of Ice and, you know. Withering Step. Removes any existing elusive buff before applying both elusive and a buff that grants phasing. While you have this buff, monsters that enter an area around you will be withered. Using a skill or losing the elusive buff ends the skill's effects, shares cooldown without blink. Wither is 6 seconds. Looks like the AoE is decent. Removes existing elusive buff, granting a new. When used, the skill that cooldown does not record during its effect. 48% increased effect. Oh ho ho ho. I mean, I'm assuming that's 1% effect per gem level, probably. Would be my guess. Man, that's nice. This on an assassin. You can like literally use this on an assassin. So that, like, okay, let's say you're playing an assassin and you have the, you know, the withering, like the elusive buff, right? But because it doesn't have a set duration, it just keeps, like, the effect keeps going down. When the effect goes down, you just refresh it with this, and because this gets removed immediately, you just get to refresh it with one from the assassin. So basically, you spam the fuck out of Withering Step on an assassin. So you keep the effect of your elusive very high that way. You can also just use it for some extra movement speed because it gives you a fuck ton of movement speed if you're moving between packs, unless you're using shield charge or something like that. You know. I like this. This is really nice, and it has really cool interaction with the assassin because you can use it to keep the effectiveness of your elusive very high. Venom Gyre. The same attack speed base. Fires a returning projectile that cannot be caught. Cast projectiles spiral outwards when you use whirling blades and do not return. It goes a dagger or claw. 50% of physical damage converted to chaos. 104 base damage. 12-second duration. Gets a decent amount of flat chaos damage. Projectiles return to you. 40% chance to poison. Increased poison duration. Returning projectile deals 75% less damage. That's a lot of less damage. But that's only when they're coming back to you. So you have to remember, first you shoot it, right? So you get whatever the base damage is. So this is basically 130 is because assuming you hit twice, right? You get the first hit and the returning hit. In that case, if you get the both to hit. Also, you get to apply 2 poison that way if you have, enough chance poison because of the 2 different hits. Also, all the projectile, like, it will always pierce anyway, so you get a lot of AoE with that. And also, when you cast the projectiles, they, like, linger around you, right? So, it's really nice. I feel like Venom Gyre is gonna be really nice for clear. But I think so is Corporate. It's hard. I don't know. I really liked how Venom Gyre looked when they were showcasing it. It looked really nice. I really liked how Venom Gyre looked. The Cobra Lash video didn't really give it any good look in my opinion, while the Venom Gyre was insane. Wolfberry, the Feeding Frenzy is a buff that is given to you, which gives you the stats that then buff your minions. But I guess I should get there soon, so we can talk about it soon. Plague Bearer. This is nice, I like this. Gains an incubating buff, adding to its plague value as you inflict poison. Use the skill again to begin infecting, dealing chaos damage over time to nearby enemies until the plague value is depleted. Your damage modifiers don't apply to this skill's damage. Using the skill again alternates between incubating and infecting. Also, you cannot increase its duration because it doesn't have a duration. It always deals the damage that you have. I think it's like 12%, yeah. Okay, so radius, AoE, less damage with poison while incubating and not at maximum plague value. When you inflict poison while incubating, add 40% of the expected poison damage to plague value. Maximum plague value is 1 million, but that's at level 20. Slap that with Empower, make it a 21. You know, I assume we're gonna have a decent amount of plague value on that. While infecting deals chaos damage per second equal to 12%. So it has like no base, like it has no duration that you can modify in any way. Also, Ink AoE increases the AoE. Also, Conk Effect does. You can't like support it with like damage like Conk Effect, for example. No, you can't. Conk Effect will only lower the AoE. How you can increase the damage it does is lowering the resist what the monsters have, or like debuffing the monsters. That's like the way to do it. But this is gonna be like maybe like falling. You get like Empower, Ink AoE, something like that. Can't think of anything else. Yeah, the Helm mod works. Yeah. I like this. This is a really unique and cool skill. Pestilence strike. Attack. Okay, it has no more like speed modifier, it's just the base. 160. Attacks with your weapon, inflicting a debuff on enemies. Hit by the strike is if a debuff enemy dies while poisoned, the Pestilence strike inflicts a secondary chaos damage over time buff on enemies around them, based on the poisons on the slain enemy. This damage is not affected by your damage modifiers. 50% converted. Decent base damage. Base duration is the second. Base secondary duration is the second. Decent flat damage. 60% chance to poison. More poison duration. I like the duration. Secondary debuff deals 50% of total remaining affected poison damage of all poison on the dying enemy per second. And it has damage for the multiplier poison. This is basically... This is the baby of Viper Strike and Infernal Blow, I guess. Except it deals no fire damage in any way. Honestly, I didn't really like it too much when they showcased it. I mean, it's a name lock skill. And it requires you to go right next to the mobs, because you have to actually hit them. The AoE has to be really good. If a debuff enemy dies while poisoned, Pestilence strike inflicts secondary case damage over time debuff on enemies around them. Question is, how big is the AoE? It gets, you know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Stormblast mine. Okay, let's see the mine skills. 6% crit, 110 effectiveness. Throws a mine that deals damage in an area when detonated. Cast time. I believe the cast time is the detonation time. I think. Deals 600 average damage. Well, 610. Decent. Lasts 5 seconds. Wait, detonation time is 0.25. Wait, what is the cast time? Because the base throw speed is 0.25. Based on the mine thread. What? Maybe I feel like the cast time has something to do with the skill when it's actually when the skill itself procs. It's something to do with that. Like the skill itself is maybe not like immediate. There's no arming time anymore. You can immediately detonate even during like mid air. 30% chance to shock enemies. Nobody cares. You go crit with this. Chance to effect 49% effect of shock. Each mine applies 3% increased damage taken up to 150. So if you scale aura effects, you can increase that. That shock effect is pretty fucking badass. Summon Skitter spot. Skitter bots, not spots. Summon a chilling Skitter bot and a shocking Skitter bot, which will trigger your traps and detonate your mines. Mines detonated by Skitterbots will be rearmed and can then be detonated again. The Skitterbots grant you more trap and mine damage and cannot be targeted or damaged. Basically, hey, have a free damage. Increased minion wound speed. Yo, they're fast. Dude, I really hope we get MTX to make them look like Roombas or something like that. Increased chill effect, increased shock effect. Also, guys, getting shock effect, chill effect, or non-damaging ailment effect on your skill tree will do nothing for them. Saying, because they are not you. That's a lot of mana reservation, though. 35%. Chilling Skitterbots auto chills enemies near it, and then you shock. And 10% more damage. No, it's 35 for both. There's no way it would be 30. It's 35 for both. Shit, dude. The fact that they trigger your mines without removing them from the chain alone is so good on mine builds. Cool. Yeah, I wonder how long the the cooldown on the arming is. I don't know. 35 sounds really hefty though. Ooh. Especially because the shocking doesn't matter, because you're gonna shock with your skills anyways, most likely. The chill is kind of whatever, because you're probably gonna shatter everything anyway, so it's really hard to say. So you probably use this for the I mean, you will always get a guaranteed shock and shield, which is good though. But depending, like, I wonder if they trigger traps even if there's no enemies nearby, because if they do, you could potentially just throw traps randomly into places without actually targeting enemies too much, and they would still go off. Like, I think non-mind trap builds will use this just for the extra shock and chill. What's the base shock? Is it 10%? Or 15? It would have been nice if they included it here. There's no way it's gonna be 20. If that's 20%, that is so good though. But at the same time, man, that's a tough call. That's a tough call. Because you can use this just to chill and shock on builds that wouldn't do that otherwise. Like, you could potentially use this for, like, say, Scorching Ray. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. I can see this being used on non-trap and mine builds. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's good enough without the damage buff for 35%. Nightblade support. Hopefully we don't sidetrack anymore. Support attack skills cannot support skills which create minions. Supported skills have a 20% increased crit chance. Elusive on crit. Wait, that's base. Supported skills have +1 to critical strike chance while elusive. Yeah, that's base crit. That's nice. That's nice. Increased effect of elusive from supported skills. Nice. Elusive from supported skills also grants 99% crit multi. That's pretty good. Let's just go with that. I'm assuming quality gives you crit multi. Or maybe effect. I don't know which one it is. Probably effect. Or maybe it's actually no, it's probably the 20% increased crit chance, I think. Dude, Nightblade is a fucking GG. Doesn't stack? No, this should stack just fine with yeah. You'll use this with an assassin, I think. Maybe. That's pretty fucking good. You don't need to, but that's... I mean, this is a really fucking good... The best thing, this isn't specific to poison. Like, you can use this on any crit, claw, or dagger build. You don't have to go poison with this. That's the fucking biggest thing. This is like insane. Like legit insane. support gem. You use this on any crit, claw, or dagger build. This is so good. This is so fucking good. Oh my god. That is like, oh, that's bonkers as fuck. Yeah, I know the crit multi goes down, but the thing is, you can reset that by using Withering Step. If you use Withering Step, it resets your elusive, and the moment you use a skill, any skill, it's gone, and then you crit again with Nightblade, and you have a full effect. Now, obviously, if we assume that you're at 5th, you know, that's like over 100% crit multi because of the effect. It's like, it's probably gonna be around like 60 on average if you never reset it. If you never reset it, it's gonna be like 60%. No. You only use you only use Withering Step. So if you want to keep the effect of your elusive from Nightblade at high value. You literally just use it so that because the only way to reset your elusive is to use the Withering Step, right? You use Withering Step, it resets it, right? And then because you use a random skill after it, it's gone. But because you use the skill that had Nightblade, now you get a new 100% effect, well, over 100% effect elusive from the Nightblade skill. You can do that with Assassin too, so that you have a high level. You basically just spam Withering Step with builds that you know, if you care about keeping the high effect elusive. Yeah, you just attack, Withering Step, attack, Withering Step. You can use it as your mobility skill too, right? Obviously, it has a cooldown, so you have to, you know. It gives so much stuff. Gives you so much movement speed. Gives you so much dodge. It's good. It's really good. I like this support. Infernal Legion. Support skills which create minions. My minions from supported skills take 40% of their maximum life of fire damage per second. 40%. That's a lot. If you want to go boom boom, that's a lot, dude. Minions from supported skills take 20% reduced fire damage. Minions from supported skills deal 1.3k base fire damage per second to enemies near them. That's not bad. That's really nice for boom booming, I think. That didn't. Is Venom Gyre shit? I personally like a lot how Venom Gyre looks. Anyone from Gem, +3 from Empower, +2 from Necro. You craft +1 minion boots with Bound Fossil. So I mean +1 minion skill. That's another. You can get more from if you slap them on a helm. That gives you up to +3. You can have minion damage depending on what spectre you use. If they benefit from conk effect, you can have minion damage and conk there. You can have minion damage and something else. There's options. If you're using them for something like one thing which is kind of sad, but it makes sense that I didn't do it, is the Infernal Legion not giving them damage over time based on their life. That would have been actually a bit broken, and I was expecting people to think, like, you know, expect that. Want to buy minion damage +3 more? Yeah. Minion, yep. Bone helmet base as well. Dude, The item level 100 Elder Bone Helmet Steve cards are gonna be so expensive. It's gonna be crazy. They revived Volumetal Call. They also made it non-abusable. Deathmark support. Support skills which create minions. Minions from supported skills deal 25% more damage. Minions from supported skill deal, okay, that increased damage quality. Minions from supported skills deal 24% more damage to your deathmark enemy. What is 25? What is 25 times 24? Minions from skills always target your deathmark enemy. Deathmark. 0.8 cooldown. That's nothing. Applies a deathmark to a specified enemy, causing all minions from skills supported by any deathmark support to target that enemy. Only one enemy can be deathmarked at a time. The skill cannot be used totem strap for minus base duration, it seems. I really hope that the deathmark prioritizes rare and unique enemies when it's cast on a pack, because otherwise it's gonna be so hard to try to find a mob. But I guess you could say, yeah, just kill the ads and then use it. Do you think Infernal Legion degen kills will credit you with the kills? It should be, because Minion degens in general do. So yeah, I would assume so. So that's a 55% more multi. When they are fighting against the Deathmark enemy. If nothing else, this will always be used on Minion builds as a boss killing swap, if you're not using it for clearing.
Fresh meat.
Bill, thanks for the sub, dude. Much appreciated. So we can rock Uncle effects with it. Yeah, that should work. You're thinking about Onslaught, aren't you? I mean, there's something wonky with that. Because you can, when I'm playing Spectre builds using the Tukohamas, there is often times when I gain the freaking corrupt bloodshed when they kill bluebacks. It's weird. I don't know. It doesn't like work 100%. It's a bit weird. I don't know. Yeah, this is definitely a good link. Then we have Feeding Frenzy. Feeding Frenzy base duration is 6.9 seconds. I like it. Support skills with great minions. Minions from supported skills have 25% chance to grant Feeding Frenzy to you on hit. Minions from supported skills deal 24% more damage while you have Feeding Frenzy. This is... Yeah, it's 55 on the marked enemy. Yeah, I know. Wait, I thought that's what I said. It's not 55 global. Feeding Frenzy is 10% more minion damage, 25% attack, cast, movement speed. So it is more than 24%, by the way. This is permanent uptime in mapping. This is like, if you're playing a minion build, you will use this somewhere. It's like 30, it's over 35% more damage, basically permanently, on top of the, and then on top of that you get the attack, cast, and movement speed, which is also really good. It's 25% on them. I don't know why it's not on the skill gem. It should be. They should really have it here. This is 100% uptime on every single minion build, pretty much. 6.9 second base duration is so long. And you probably have, you most likely have some minion duration scaling, which increases the duration of this too. This is really good. All of these minions gems, except maybe the Infernal Legion. I mean, you will use Deathmark, you will use Feeding Frenzy. Meat Shield. Yeah, it's on hit, so it's always on. Minions from supported skills have 5% additional physical damage reduction. Minions from supported skills have 20% chance to taunt on hit. 29% increased minion movement speed. 30% more damage to enemies that are near you, by the way, nearby. Nearby. Minions from supported skills take 24% less damage. Meat Shield, Animated Guardian, Minion Life. Minion resist. And then you give them King's Guard. No, it's not King's Guard. No, that's not the thing. Not King's Guard. Kingmaker. This boy. And then you will basically always have Fortify. Also, on, you know, builds that actually do damage to yourself, that's a 50% crit multi, and Onslaught. 30% rarity. Dude, I think this gem will legit make Animated Guardian setups on non-minion based builds really solid. If you can afford the 3 or 4 link. Like, let's say that you don't need something specific from your helm. Get Animated Guardian on a +2 or +3 minion helm. Maybe with a... you can even have minion life if it's on an Elder base. So you could have a +2 or 3 with a minion life. And then on top of that, you slam in the resist and then the thing. I don't think you even need Fortify on it with the meat shield. You can also use on a Hungry Loop, that is true. Empower going to be expensive? Dude, Empower is going to be so good with minions. Man. I love this. This is so nice. Also, Undying Evangelists with meat shield, increased duration, and increased AoE means that you might actually be able to sustain almost a 100% uptime bubble. You know, the projectile protecting bubble? The bubble boys. They also use, like, they have a decent AoE attack. So if you, like, let's say you're playing, like, zombies, and you have like, aggressive zombies, or, you know, whatever, and you have hatred, those also scale from that nicely. That's nice. Swift Assembly. Support skills with throw, traps, or mines. Support skills have 18% chance to throw up to 1 additional trap or mine, 12% for 2, and 6% for 3. Increased mine throwman speed, and 10%. I can really see this used when you wanna pre-mine for the auras on a non-mine build. I feel like. I mean, I can really see people using this over Minefield, because this doesn't slow you down. Minefield has a crazy less throw speed, while this doesn't. And then this, if you only use one mine to kill everything anyways, or maybe 2 if there's an easy way to get another, or like, let's say that you get the 800 int or dex, so you always throw 2, then slapping this on top, maybe, I don't know. If you can clear everything with 1, or like if you throw, like, you know, you have your screen, you throw the mines around the screen, and then you detonate, and this helps sometimes. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of hate the RNG aspect of this, but to me, this really looks like you just use this plus minefield to pre-mine on non-mine builds to benefit from the extra auras or whatever, right? The, you know, monsters take double damage or whatever. That's really what this feels like to me. Not a huge fan, honestly, but we'll... Charge Mine support. Oh, this is the one they buffed. Mine damage from quality, obviously. Supported skills. Wait, what is the quality on this? Oh, it's a throw speed, yeah. Supported skills have 10% increased throw speed per frenzy, 25% multi. Wait, crit chance, sorry. Per power charge. When used by mines. 30% chance to gain frenzy when you mine from supported skills on target enemy. Chance to power charge when mine. I mean, that's not bad. It's just I mean, if you have a like absolute like the base is like 0.25, right? So let's say that we get enough to, you know, cut that into half, so we get like 0.12, 5. That's like 8 throws a second, and 32% chance. So it'll proc often enough. But yeah, this is a really nice way of making sure that you always get charges. It's not a bad support gem at all for clearing, at least. Also, if you use face run, this helps getting the face run always easily, you know, all that. High impact mind support. Support spells or attacks that use both or ones. Instead of using that skill, you will throw a mine that will use the skill for you when you detonate it. Mines cannot use challenge skills. Cannot be used with melee weapons. 5-second duration, 10% mine throwment speed, base mine detonation time of 0.25, 20% less damage. Each mine from supported skills applies 2% chance to deal double damage up to 100%. That's a lot of aura effect you need to hit that 100%. Like, if at 100% aura effect... Oh, that's actually... Wait. Tapo alone gives you 100% already. That would need 25. And the base is 15. Yeah, that's definitely doable. Probably gonna use this over remote mine, I think. Or blast chain, sorry. I'm pretty sure the double damage is capped at 100 regardless. No. If you have 150, then you have a chance to quadruple them. I'm pretty sure people will end up using high mine instead of remote blast chain, I would guess. Octuple damage. Pyroclast mine throws 5.5 base, 80% effectiveness. Oh wait, mana reservation. What was the mana reservation on 6? 6 base. At level 20. Yo, somebody go do maths on a 6 link. And then all the 15. Just thinking how much mana reservation we're gonna have before the reduced costs. Either way, deals 300 average, 0.35, 2 extra projectiles, some AoE, that's probably from the quality. An additional projectile for every 2 prior mines in the sequence. Each mine adds 15 flat to hit up to decent 750. If you have 5 multipliers with 130 with 22, so that's gonna be like 300 before any other. So let's say that you have like, so you can have, if you, depending on how much you invest, it looks like you're gonna have like 150 reserved with 15 mines if you have like 50% reservation. Honestly, not too bad. Like the ascendancy alone is... Where is it? Wait. This is 20%. If you go for efficient explosives, I think you might want to try to go for charisma. I don't know. It really depends if you go here. But even if you don't go here, you might take influence here anyways. That's 4%, and you get 20% effects. So let's say that you don't go here, but you have this because this is pretty bog. So that's 4. So that's 24%. That's 24%. Maybe if you're CR or low life, you might come here too. So you might take this. So that's another. So that's 30 now. If you skip this, that's 30%. Okay. So that's like somewhere around like 200 mana. Anywhere between 150 to 400 mana, depending on your investments and what kind of supports you're gonna have. I'm assuming most of the supports are gonna be like 1.3, right? On average, at least. Honestly, it's not too bad. But you still need the... This might actually make it easier to spam mines than before. It's just that you can't use mana flask to spam, which is kinda yikes. Yeah, I think it's gonna be fine. I think it's gonna be fine, boys. And this looks pretty crazy for... Before I used to have 555 per mine. Yeah, exactly. This is like, it's pretty... Ugh. Yeah, honestly, I think it looks fine. The big question though is what kind of mana cost we're gonna have on the normal skills, non-mind skills, right? Where we have to use something like Blast Chain or whatever. That's the big question. I mean, these have a point. These have a point like 30% multiplier, which is really low. A 10 mana cost skill is 3 base with this. The reservation is there. If you have a 10 flat mana base with this, it's gonna be 3 reservation. How can you tell? It has a mana multiplier of 30%. So if you have a skill that costs 10 mana, you multiply by 0.3, and that's your reservation. Yep. Yep. You know what's interesting? Depending on what order you put the skills in, you might have like a 1 or 2 mana difference because the roundings happens between the multipliers. I remember, at least it used to be. I'm not sure if that's the case anymore, but I used to juggle my support gems to an order where I got the cheapest possible mana cost because of the roundings in between the supports. I'm not sure if that's the case anymore, but it used to be. It was pretty funny. Okay. Icicle Mine. Throws a mine that fires projectiles in a Nova when detonated. 6% crit, 110 base. Deals a nice... my brain doesn't work anymore, it's been too long. That's like 800, 1300, 650-ish average. Not quite, like 640. 0.3 detonation time, 6 additional projectiles. Projectile damage is quality. Additional projectile for each prior mine in the detonation sequence. An additional projectile for each, by the way. You slam this shit with like fork or something. The whole screen is just projectiles. Yeah, just talking about the you know, just getting the projectiles. Dude, this is gonna be nice. Having 15, you know, you just get the max mine setup, and then you just have a fork chain and shit, and just go. Imagine if the fork would actually shotgun with it. Probably not. And then you get the crit chance up to 500%. Pretty good. That's pretty good. Body swap. While on the destroys your body and recreates it at the location of a target enemy or corpse, dealing spell damage in an area at both locations. If there is no specific target, it will prioritize corpses over enemies. If targeting a corpse, the corpse will also explode, dealing damage around it that is not affected by modifiers to spell damage, and it cannot be reflected. This spell cannot be repeated. Deals very low base damage plus some of your life. If you have 10k life, that is a... what's the average of that? That's almost 400. That's like almost 200 base. So that's like 500 with 10k life-ish. And then obviously percentage of the max life. And then a fuck ton of AoE if you consume a corpse. Honestly, body swap totems, let's go. Body swap totems, and then you keep spamming Desecrate on a target. You just see the totems go. And with great AoE. What's the crit on it, by the way? 6% crit. Bone Offering is basically the same as before, except easier to get all the good shit. Same here, same here. I mean, they obviously they buffed the Spirit Offering per corpse gain. They buffed this slightly. I think it went from maximum 18 with 9 corpses to 20 with 5 now, which is nice. And now you might not need increased duration anymore, which is nice. I always felt that you had to use duration like support in offerings, because otherwise it was too short. Clarity has some pretty goddamn good mana regen now for some builds. Dude, the Hierophant, Indigon, or you know, I really like the Indigon Hierophant setup, and this is a lot of mana regen you could scale. Contagion lost its base. You'll find Convocation has a decent regen and only 3-second cooldown now at level 20. No, wait, no, that's the base. Sorry, that's the base. Bad. Cyclone lost AoE, lost flat damage, and yeah. Desecrate. We can spam it now, boys. So good. Dominating Blow. They changed the Sentinel to have a higher chance to get a Sentinel again, like a normal Sentinel against the unique mobs. Explosive Trap deals more damage, which it didn't need, and it has more AoE, which it definitely did need. Fire Trap is pretty good. Crit Fire Trap, where you scale the hit and the ignite and the degen, because why not? This is just gonna be really nice. Fire Trap is gonna be pockety pockety pock. They also increased the radius. But Trappers lost the regen and Pepe. We got Flame Dash. I mean, Flame Dash had a lot of damage. I'm afraid of killing myself in a reflect map now with Flame Dash. Pleasant Stone got nerfed. It's still gonna be insane because Blind is OP. Ice Shot and Lightning Arrow and both got really nice flat. I hope people use them. Spectre. I wanna play Minion build. Zombies feels good, man. Tornado is still probably good. I mean, for clearing, it's still gonna be nice. It lost a lot of single target with the fork. Fork bug fix. All of the whatever the fuck these skills are called again. You know, the on block and on hit trigger skills. The counter attacks got nerfed a lot for facebreaker builds, but if you have an insane weapon, then it's not as big of a nerf. Still a nerf. Righteous Fire, despite this going ham. Does somebody have the Sis clip? I think now is the best time to show it. Before we talk about it. Does somebody have the Sis clip at handy? We'll talk about it after we've seen it. Repost the same thing with other counterattacks. Scorching Ray. I don't remember what was changed to this. No, they increased the damage, right? That's it. They just increased the base damage. I think. Yeah. Scourge Arrow. Or was it nerfed? Oh wait, sorry. They nerfed it because they added so much good shit to it. You know, like the more damage over time multipliers. Yeah. Overall, it got buffed like fucking crazy. Okay, boys.
Now deals 35 base damage. Previously dealt no base fire damage per second. Up to 1,540. That seems good. Enemies now burn for 20% of your max life. From 40! Half of it! What the fuck did they do to Herald of Agony? Are you kidding me? What? What? You know, I took a break for now.
Okay, so what they did, they changed the. Okay, actually, so Caesar's reaction, it got nerfed. He thought it got mad nerfed, and then he went to check Herald of Agony, and there was no changes to Herald of Agony. So he was like, "What the fuck? Why didn't this get changed?" Okay, they halved the damage based from your life pool and your ES pool. So from 40% of your base. So if you had 10k life, before you had 4k base, and now we'll have 2k base at 10k life. But instead, they added flat degen to it. At level 20, it's 1541. So at level 20, if you had 10k life, you lost like what? 460 base damage. Now, this is a level 20 gem. We don't know how much is it at level 21. And the bigger thing is we have new nodes on the skill tree and the craftable that didn't exist before. Fire damage over time multiplier. So Caesar's build that has like 10 to 11k life or whatever got massively buffed because they introduced a new more multiplier to the to our builds. So this here is 9%. This here is another 9%. Here's another 16. There's a lot of here if you went here. You can also craft it on jewels. And weapons, which people don't usually do. Okay, it might not have been massively buffed, but it was buffed. Also, this is a huge buff to MOM Righteous Fire builds that had a crazy MOM percentage because they didn't have a high pool to have the base damage, and now you get the base damage from the gem. No, but you already took most Righteous Fire builds had this anyways, and this, like, you had those anyways, and now you have the jewels for another multiplier as well. Also, again, this is a level 20 gem. Every proper Righteous Fire build will have a level 21 gem on them, which is probably gonna add anywhere from 100 to 150 extra, I think. So every single life-based Righteous Fire and life MOM-based Righteous Fire got more damage. You can potentially get even more if you have a weapon that gives you +1 global levels. Yeah. The quality actually increases the damage of Righteous Fire now. I think the only Righteous Fire builds that got just like straight up nerfed was like 20k ES builds. Those probably got nerfed. But I think everything else got just buffed in terms of damage. No, the more spell damage doesn't apply. Also, it now breaks barrels, which is big. But I'm like 99% sure that this is a specific build, which is life-based Righteous Fire, will deal more damage now than before. I mean, Herald of Agony will also do more damage because of all the minion buffs, and then the buff to... Where are you? Wait, they don't have vicious projectiles here? Or am I blind? Wait, it's not here. Oh, there, sorry, I'm blind. So this does a... It went from 49 to 59, which is more damage than Herald of Agony. Okay, let's keep going. Where are we again? Scourge Arrow, so they... Okay, so the... Oh yeah, Deathmark is also insane. Yeah, that's true. That's... Oh, I didn't even consider Deathmark making him be able to aim. Oh god, that is actually so good. Holy fuck. I didn't even think about that. Ooh. Nice. Yeah, okay, so the thing with Scourge Arrow is, it said like it pierces, like, so people thought that both the initial arrow pierces, and yeah, you don't use the +3, fuck that. You want all the other good shit. And you lose EE with it because you can't deal elemental damage. It's still 100% worth it, yeah. But yeah, about the Scourge Arrow. So the arrows from the pods, that was your main clear and all that, they never chained. They did like fork and shit like that though. No, not chain. They never like had 100% pierce like the main arrow. So they clarified that. Channel to infuse an arrow with chaos, gaining stages while it's held. Release to fire it, leaving spore bots in its wake. Each spore bot blooms, firing a noble thorn arrows which travel for a short time before dissipating. Modifiers that cause an additional projectile to be fired will only apply to the initial arrows, and the spore bots will be split between those arrows. 60% of physical damage correlated to chaos. Arrow pierce all targets. With the base damage, projectile speed, 50 blah, 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 blah. Yeah. It's interesting that they don't mention the initial arrow piercing now. Oh wait, there. Arrows pierce all targets, yeah. How does the minion righteous fire scale? It's just minion damage, yeah. I mean, you can also link it with more elite damage and shit like that, which will also increase it. But yeah, there was no actual changes to Scourge Arrow, they just changed the wording a bit. EO does not work with Perfect Agony, because it says here, ailments never count as being from critical strikes. So you can't do that. Searing Bond does more damage. That's about it. Actually, no, I think the base damage might have been lowered, maybe, because of the things. But Searing Bond is going to do more damage now because of all the changes. I don't remember if the base damage went up, actually. But what they did is the modifiers to spell damage apply to skills damage over time effect. That happened. And that's pretty nice. About fucking time too, by the way. Smite has more AoE. That's really nice, especially for supports. Yeah, I think the base damage might be the same. They just added the modifiers to spell damage, apply the damage over time now. Smoke Mine is actually gonna be a usable mobility skill. This is kind of cool. Split Arrow got a bit of damage and 2 extra arrows. Maybe 3 at level 21. I don't think that's the case, but we'll see. SRS didn't get any other changes except now you can target. Enemies will not directly... Wait, it's weird that they should include the mechanic that if you target a specific monster when you cast them, they will go to that target until it dies, or they die, or you know, or you go 2 away from them. Skellies, well, you get skellies and you spawn them, and you know, skellies are good. Vengeance got nerfed. Viper Strike. Don't actually remember exactly what was changed on this. Was it just the melee range? Oh wait, if you're dual wielding, you attack with both of them now, and then it's less attack speed. They are not used for one poison, but they can poison. Like with one use of Viper Strike with dual wielding, you can do 2 poisons, which is nice for stacking poisons. You will stack poisons faster now when dual wielding than before, because you hit with both at the same time and it can apply 2 poisons. The blast chain, it takes you a lot of mines before this is as good as remote mine is, because remote mine, well, this is like literally reworked remote mine, right? Remote mine had like a crazy more multiplier. So before this is better than that, you actually have to have a lot of mines set for a chain. I'm expecting most people to use high impact over remote blast chain, but we'll see. We'll see. Minefield has a massive less mine throwing speed, but you throw many at the same time. Basically, don't get stunned. Don't animation cancel your mines, and hopefully you have enough speed that it doesn't feel bad. Elemental army feels bad, man. Doesn't work on totems anymore. This was the elemental totems and minions. But this is up to 4% max all elemental resistance and minions now with the quality, which is really huge. Somebody did the math on how many mines you have to have before this is better than the current remote mine. I don't remember how much it was, but it was a hefty amount. This is really good for minions. Inspiration. So we still have, this is the old reduced mana, we still have the reduced mana cost. Gain an inspiration charge when you spend mana for supported skills. So as long as you spend mana, EB doesn't work. If you have 0 mana cost, you have to, like if you have 0 mana cost, it doesn't work. The inspiration charges only work for the supported skills, so you can't use this on a flame dash to get charges for other skills. The other skills would also have to have the charges. Increased inspiration charge rate. I think that's quality probably. Lose all inspiration charges after spending a total of 800. 8% more damage per inspiration charge. I wonder if that's gonna be 9% at 21. Also, charges apply to all skills. No? It says supported skills deal 8% more. As they have, you have to have the inspiration on the skill that you want to use it. It doesn't work for all globally. It's only for the skills that is are linked with. Like you can use inspiration on multiple places. Like you can use it on Flame Dash and then on another skill, and then if you gain the charges from the Flame Dash, it helps with the other skill. But that wasn't what I said. Like I literally said that that works that way. That's like this first thing I said after that. What is this? All supported skills. Yes, supported skills. So it's not global. Like I said, it has to be supported by the support. There's nothing that I didn't, like nothing different from what I said. I want to know what the base duration is though. Does it say it here? It doesn't say the base duration. Yeah, the cap is 5. They don't even say the cap here. Dude, where's all the information? We know from the patch notes it's capped at 5. What we don't know is the base duration. Please? Gay. I thought inspiration does stuff outside the gem. No, you gain an inspiration charge when you spend mana for supported skills. So whatever skill you link it with that uses mana. So not EB and not free. You get the charge, and for those skills that are linked with the inspiration, it says supported skills deal 8% more elemental damage per inspiration charge. Inspiration charge does nothing for any skill that isn't linked with it. It's a really powerful support, especially if you have a low mana cost skill. What spellcaster won't be using EB or blood magic now anyway? Hierophants? Tricksters? You could get decent mana sustain from Trickster. Necromancers? Inspiration and movement skill, weapon with blood magic. Why? Texture? That doesn't work. Inspiration does nothing for a skill that doesn't have it linked to. It literally does nothing. It says on the skill, supported skills. How many times do I have to say, by the way? I'm God damn it. Oh, if you mean if you support both. I mean, yeah, sure, you can do that. Yep. Yep, that works. That works. Yeah, but he didn't say it before. You have to specify that you want to link it on your things. He literally said inspiration on movement skill, weapon with blood magic mod. He didn't say that he would use the weapon with blood magic mod. Blood magic doesn't exist. The craft doesn't exist anymore. Also, that would also make but yeah, as long as you link the inspiration to the gem. As long as you link inspiration to the gem that you want to do damage with, it works. Can this support trap or mine? I mean, it does say supports any skill, so I would assume, yeah. Should work. He posted the mid-level requirements now. Blood magic would nullify inspiration because you're no longer spending mana, right? But if you get the inspiration charges by using a different skill, it works because you don't spend mana with mines though. Yeah, but you do that with traps. Did I read only mines? I thought I read mines and traps. In general, like, you know, yeah. You could use this on traps. And you could also link your shit with this, right? The mana cost goes down, and then you gather the charges other way. And that way you don't spend the mana ever with the mine, which means you should have a good uptime on it. I think? You can also put this on heralds. Yes, that's true. I think you can use this easily on mines. I've seen the summoner info, unless he has edited it already. If mines restore butter. Let's mine reserve. I don't. I'm not sure if you can use it on the normal mines, but there is a. It should work on everything that is linked to high impact or remote or blast chain because they just have a mana multiplier. And you can, if you, okay, so what you do is, if you link an aura to a like spell totem, it no longer reserves. Instead, it just spends the whatever the reservation was as mana. If I remember correct. So it maybe should work. I'm talking about the reduced mana cost working on reducing the mana cost from the base skill. It should work, but I'm not exactly 100% sure. Either way, you can use it for the damage. We kind of knew the minimum level requirements on the skill based on the patch notes where you said where we can obtain them, but yeah. Either way, that's a good support. Ancestral Goal got buffed a lot. It no longer has less damage at high level. That's a big buff. Charge Traps got buffed. That's pretty much it. Fortify now also works with all ailments instead of bleed and poison. So you can do ignites. Nice. Mana Leech. Just delete this already, okay? Just delete this gem from the game. Seriously. Nobody fucking uses this on anything. Like for real, just remove it. Like before, you could use this on like Herald or something like that, but now it's increased. Dude, that increased damage comes from quality. It's 0.5% increased damage by leeching mana as a quality. All supported skills gain benefits from inspiration charts, regardless if they generate them or not. This could also mean that you could generate inspiration charges with one skill, then get the benefit on complete unrelated skill as long as it's supported. Yep. Yes. That means you can support Righteous Fire too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about Righteous Fire, but that's true. That is true. That's kind of cool. But yeah, the interaction is exactly like we explained about that. The inspiration for Righteous Fire is pretty bog, especially if it goes to 9% per charge at level 21, because then that's 49%. Sorry, 45% LE damage. Even more Righteous Fire buffs. 40% more elemental damage. That is a buff to Righteous Fire, because previously you used Arcane Surge. And less duration or something like that. Right, that's nice. Imagine if this also gave the duration. How you spend mana on Righteous Fire? You don't. You link inspiration to your Flame Dash, and whenever you use Flame Dash, you generate a charge that gives you damage to your Righteous Fire. Because your Righteous Fire is linked with inspiration. Minion life. Wait, did they just buff? Was it 39% first before, or what? Minion speed gained, I think it gained like 20% attack and cast speed, or was it 25%? A lot. That's just, it was a lot. Oh wait, it was oh yeah, mana multiplier, you're right. Minion speed is fucking, I mean, it was already good and now it's crazy. Multi-strike. I don't even want to talk about this. I feel like every time I see this, I have to explain why this is shit. I mean, we can go again. Before the rework, people wanted to cancel it because there was no big downside to it, because all of the attacks had the same normal, like the damage multiplier. Then they reworked it. They took a fuck ton of the attack speed out, so it's harder to hit, like it takes longer to scale, so you hit all the hits. So if you animation cancel it, you're losing on a fuck ton of damage because you have more multipliers on the second and the third hit. So you want it to finish the hits, but it's harder to scale to do that. So it just feels fucking bad, man. Basically, you use this in Minion builds, and that's it. Unless you have Headhunter and Soul Eater and all that crazy shit where your attack speed is 15,000 hits a second and you don't even notice it. Maybe then you can use it. Yeah, minions are too dumb to cancel, so minions get benefit from it, yeah. Poison. More damage with poison. And I think maybe... No, they didn't increase the chance. They just made it do more damage, I think. Or was it multiplier? Something was done to this. I don't remember exactly what. Pulverize. gets more damage and lost. It went from 34 more AoE to 34 increased. The one thing that melee builds lack is AoE, and they took it away from it. And zombie builds, by the way, like minion build, like zombie builds that use pulverize, for them, this doesn't actually do anything because you didn't have any other AoE scaling for them, right? So this 34% more increased AoE was literally the same as 33% increased. Though you have AoE scaling elsewhere in the skill tree, like here is AoE, and then you had if you're a guardian, you have some AoE here somewhere. Here's some AoE. You have AoE on Ascendant, so you actually have more AoE on your zombie slam than before, even though this is no longer more. Unless you had some AoE from Necromancer that I might be forgetting. Maybe, I don't remember. If it was 100% in AoE on Necro, then you lost AoE. Yes, then you lost AoE. But you gained AoE on every non-Necromancer zombie build. Yeah. But they're getting attack speed and they're getting movement speed, so they're gonna be fine. Trap support, now, for whatever fucking reason, has increased trap damage. It's kind of funny. We went from more trap damage to, I think, less, to no change, to increased, or something like that. And some trap throwing speed, which is, I guess. Unbold elements, basically you get more damage now, and more effect, and more duration, I think. Vicious projectiles we talked about already. Cluster trap. What did they do to that, actually? What was the change to cluster traps? Wait, yeah, I don't actually remember reading about this on patch notes. Zombie lost their cooldown, Julbur Slam. I'm not even sure if you're memeing anymore at this point. Zombies are fine. At level 26, they have a 2-second cooldown because the base cooldown is 4 seconds instead of 5 now. It's a bit slower than before still, but you don't have to use 2 jewel slots for that anymore. Was it just intelligence requirement that changed? Okay. Advanced traps. I think the cooldown recovery speed got massively buffed. You cannot change the slam for 2-second cooldowns. Give them multi-strike and don't give them enough attack speed, and you probably can. It depends on how much speed they have on their attacks. Obviously want to give them attack speed so they feel good to, you know. We'll see. So yeah, this is really nice for the super traps now with the cooldowns. Immortal Call is now back in the game, but it got the gluttony treatment, so when it's on, you can't gain souls to it. And you cannot increase its duration with temp chains, etc. Who the fuck wants to use Wall Immortal Call anyways? We have Wall Molten Shell. Dude, Wall Molten Shell didn't get touched in this patch. I guess the Wall skill reduced soul cost stuff maybe a bit, but I don't even know. I don't even remember if Dan's Cyclone used it. volume protocol was changed because of one player. People would abuse it in temp leagues if it was the same. I mean, it was already abused before they removed it. I wouldn't say it was changed because of one player. It was changed so people could actually use it in temp leagues now. That's the change. That's why they changed it, so people could actually use it again. Because at this state from the last league, or like, you know, during the last league, it could have never been allowed in temp leagues because it was so broken. And now it isn't. So now people can actually use it. So I don't really see people using this though, because the base duration is so absurdly slow, like small. Okay. This has been 10 hours of patch notes and now the gems. So I think I'm actually gonna be heading off. It's been a long fucking stream, boys. They never said it drops again. That's true, actually. They didn't say that if this is actually gonna be in league. You're actually right. We might actually not still see this in the league. That's true. I didn't think about that. Then I was reading patch notes. No, the patch notes were reading like 4.5 hours. Actually, less than that. But then I started doing this, so I can make a TLDR of the patch notes instead of just linking the big boy 4 hour, you know. I mean, I'm gonna upload that too, obviously. Yeah. That was the gems. I am personally really hyped about the Venom Gyre. It looked really good. Now that I've seen the mana reservation costs for the mines, they seem fine as well. Minions are fucking bug. I have no idea what I'm gonna play. I'll figure it out probably the day before. But now I'm gonna take off.